بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم سبحان الذي أسرى بعبده ليلا من المسجد الحرام إلى المسجد الأقصى الذي باركنا حوله لنريه من آياتنا إنه هو السميع البصير وآتينا موسى الكتاب وجعلناه هدى لبني إسرائيل ألا تتخذوا من دوني وكيلا ذرية من حملنا مع نوح إنه كان عبدا شكورا وقضينا إلى بني إسرائيل في الكتاب لتفسدن في الأرض مرتين ولتعلن علوا كبيرا فإذا جاء وعد أولاهما بعثنا عليكم عبادا لنا أولي بأس شديد فجاسوا خلال الديار وكان وعدا مفعولا ثم رددنا لكم الكرة عليهم وأمددناكم بأموال وبنين وجعلناكم أكثر نفيرا إن أحسنتم أحسنتم لأنفسكم وإن أسأتم فلها فإذا جاء وعد الآخرة ليسوءوا وجوهكم وليدخلوا المسجد كما دخلوه أول مرة وليتبروا ما علوا تتبيرا صدق الله العظيم.
Astagfirullahaladzim. Terima kasih kepada saudara Hilmi. Berikutnya ada sambutan dikit dari Bapak Denny selaku Ketua DKM. Aku panggil bentar ya.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Alhamdulillahirabbil alamin. Alhamdulillahilladzi alafa baina qulubina fa asbana bi ni'mati ikhwana. Asyhadu an la ilaha illallah wa asyhadu anna Muhammadan abduhu wa rasuluh. Alhamdulillah. Today we have the special guest that making report direct from the Gaza, Miss Youmna and also Mr. Mahir, and also they already inside the room. Then will be give the special speak, and also I think we are here, come here to know about the condition in Gaza today. Gaza is part of us. the Palestinian and also the Mujahid from Palestine. We do hope that we can support until the Gaza or Palestine reach the independence. I think this is my opening speech. So we do hope many insight from the Miss Youmna and also Mr. Mahir, because they show directly the condition in Gaza, and also they show about the condition today, and they said also after they come to Indonesia, they will come back to Gaza to make the report about the Gaza and others. So we do hope we can support Gaza anytime that we can support. Maybe we can support using the money, you can support using your money. You can support your using your status in social media. You can support also the campaign of the Gaza using your social media. If you can support with any support, so you can support the Gaza with any platform and others. So we do hope Gaza will reach the independence. Thank you very much for today coming in the Masjid Syamsul Ulum. I think enough from my opening speech. We will listen carefully and also listen directly from the reporter from the Gaza and also from the Egypt. Thank you very much. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Okay, thank you very much, Mr. Lenny. We'll continue to the session that we wait the most. Let us share and give a warm welcome to our sister Youmna. Wabarakatuh. We have our brother and sister, Youmna and Mahir. We are a journalist and a cameraman from Al Jazeera English. They have just got back from Gaza and they would like to share a lot of experiences and like just share the sheer spirit that they learned from Gaza. And oh, sorry. Let me see this. Sorry.
It's fine. I insist.
Okay. You might start by sharing what do you want the world to hear, especially Indonesian students that are actually participating in a lot of pro-Palestine actions, pro-Palestine movements in Indonesia. Like student plays a big role in the movement in Indonesia. What would you like to share?
Assalamu alaikum, everyone. I'm always happy when I'm among young generations, especially those of universities, because you are the generations that we look up for. You are the reason for a change, if any change is going to happen in our world. What I would like the world to know, what I would like to always raise among your generations, you young men and women, is the fact that you guys have the power more than anyone else to raise awareness. But for you to be able to raise awareness and spread the knowledge, you need to have that knowledge yourself. You need to acknowledge what is happening around you. There are a lot of destructions in our world today, and these destructions are always towards you, the young generations, the students of universities, because they realize how powerful you are. We live in a very modern world full of very sophisticated technology that is taking up all our time and distracting us from a lot of things that are happening around us. But today, for almost 2 years now, your generations are witnessing the most brutal genocide in modern history. And this is something that can't just pass. You can't just continue, no one can just continue their lives normally as if it's not happening around them. Because the genocide that is being committed against the Palestinian people in the Gaza Strip today is not just a genocide about a nation. It's a genocide against humanity. It's the ethnic cleansing of a population, the forced displacement. For decades and decades, the Israeli occupation has suppressed and oppressed the Palestinians. It has divided the Palestinian state and the Palestinian lands into pieces of land so that it's easier for them to take over and to forcibly displace and evacuate the Palestinians from these lands. If you go back to the 1948, when the Nakba had happened, or the catastrophe, the forced displacement of our ancestors, since the 1948 and until today, 2025, over 70 years, 77 years, this has continued for 77 years. What does this tell you? From continuing. And today, in this era that we live in, worse and worse than before, using all this sophisticated technology and modern technology to kill and to commit more and more crimes towards the same innocent population. If it weren't for the resilience of the Palestinians, we would have lost our land completely forever. But what people forget around the world, and especially Muslims, unfortunately, is that Al-Aqsa Mosque, which only Palestinians have been defending all through these years with their own blood, is not a mosque for only Palestinians. It's a mosque for all Muslims around the world. But yet, we are the only population that is paying the price of its blood to protect and to defend Al-Aqsa Mosque. Do not allow for the normalization that is being imposed on you. You have to think outside the box, the frames and the borders that are designed for you not to get out of. Because once you get out of them, you will see the realities, you will see the facts, you will see that that picture that is portrayed in front of you is not a real picture. And then you will start to understand and realize the reality of what is going on. And this is what they don't want you to see. We need you to understand the real situation, the brutality of the Israeli occupation to our Palestinian lands, the genocide that is being committed, the amount of killing and slaughter among the children, the women, the men, and the elderlies in Gaza, using starvation as a weapon to kill the population. Today, another 4-year-old child died of starvation. In Gaza, moms and dads are watching their children die in front of them because they are hungry and they have nothing to provide for them, because Israel is imposing a full and total blockade on Gaza. Thirst is used as a weapon because Israel is not allowing water to enter Gaza and has closed the water supply that is feeding Gaza. And of course, because Gaza has been under a long Israeli occupation, so all the supplies come from Israel. So we don't have water, we don't have energy because there's no fuel entering. When you hear that there is no fuel entering Gaza, you should know that it means that we don't have electricity. It means that the patients in the hospitals are dying because the AUC units are not functioning. It means that the kidney patients are not getting their dialysis treatment anymore. It means that the premature babies are dying because there are no more incubators working because there's no power or supply. Try to dig behind each and every word. Do not just listen to it as a word that is being said. The most thing that I felt in Gaza was, why are the people not caring? How can they be watching this genocide unfold in front of them with all these vicious details, and yet they are completely quiet? They're not even protesting. They're not calling for the end of genocide. I left the camera. I used to stand in front of the camera every single day for long hours to give daily updates. I decided to leave the camera. And Mahir and I went out in the field every single day to make a report, to picture a story, to put together, because we believed that maybe people didn't understand the weight of the tragedy. Maybe they didn't understand what it means to have injured children by such sophisticated missiles falling on them. So we went out to picture that. We risked our life because it was very dangerous to move in the field, especially when you are journalists and you are labeled as journalists to be targeted. But yet we felt like it's not enough what we're doing. We want to go out and we want to show the real picture of what it means to live in a tent, what it means to lose your home, what it means to be displaced from place to another. Although we lived this in person with our own families. I'm a mother of 4, and Mahir also is a father of 4. And he lived all these tragedies with his family, and I lived all these tragedies with my family. We both had our homes bombed, and we were both forced to evacuate from place to another and place to another, looking for safety and shelter for our children. We stood for long hours on queues for bread, or we had to bake at home. They were very difficult conditions to bear, but maybe it wasn't easy to leave your duty at such a difficult time and say, I can't do it anymore. Not because we're superheroes, no, but because we felt the abundance of the entire world, and we couldn't abandon Gaza like the world has abandoned us. This is the only motivation that kept us going, the suffering of the people. And this same suffering should keep you going. Do not say, we don't know what to do. You can do a lot. I used to think that if I come out of Gaza, I can't do anything anymore. I had to get out of Gaza because if I didn't come out, my children were going to be killed. It was the only way to keep them alive. But since I came out of Gaza, I felt devastated and despaired, and I lived with the guilt that I abandoned Gaza, and I felt like I wanted to die more than anything else for months. I even lost my ability to speak. And then I thought to myself, I have done everything I could from inside Gaza. I risked my life hundreds of times. I told the world what was happening from inside Gaza, but they did not listen. But I still have a strong role from outside Gaza. And that's why I started traveling to all the countries around the world to speak about the genocide of Gaza. And alhamdulillah, I've been successful to do this. And I've been successful to raise awareness. And I've seen protests, and I've seen strong campaigns of boycotting. And I've seen strong people and voices coming out and raising awareness as well. And this is very important. Now there are voices that are heard. Your voices and the noise that you make is very important, and it counts. You just have to realize that you too have the power to change. And you should tell yourself that I will change because I deserve to see a change. Thank you.
I might have to translate what Youmna said first. Teman-teman di sini butuh translate nggak? Kalau pada paham kita lanjut ya. Lanjut ya. Oke. Mahasiswa harusnya paham ya. Kalau nggak paham nanti recordingnya aja tonton lagi. Okay, change of plans, then I need translation and some popular. So, oh, in English.
He can speak in Arabic, I will translate for
Oh, yes. What would the same question how to answer it? What do you want to share with the students that are applying English for?
السلام عليكم. أنا سعيد جدا أني موجود بينكم كأنتم كطلاب المرحلة القادمة، يعني إن شاء الله. إحنا نتأمل بكم خيرا أنكم تكونوا ناقلين رسالة أو على ما يحدث في غزة للعالم كله.
أنت أحكي وأنا هترجم وأكمل.
تمام.
I'll be translating for Mahir in English. Mahir is saying that, of course, he's very delighted to be here among you today. And he is very optimistic by you young generations because you will be carrying the message for the future.
حاب أقول لكم إياه يعني أو ما تشاهدونه في غزة. نأتي من النهاية طبعا. ما تشاهدونه من غزة من دمار وصور التي تملأ التلفاز، لا نريد منكم أن ترعبكم هذه الصور. من حجم الدمار. نريد منكم أن تركزوا على الإنسان في غزة. البيت الذي دمر كان هناك في عائلة، هذه العائلة كانت تخطط للمستقبل، كانت الأم تعمل العشاء والغداء لأولادها. هذا المستشفى الذي دمر كان هناك من يتعالج، كان من يحتاج العلاج لهذا المستشفى أن يستمر. المدرسة التي دمرت كانت هناك طلاب يدرسون، كان هناك في أمل، ولكن المطلوب منكم أن تركزوا على هذا الإنسان كيف يعيش وكيف أن يبني المستقبل القادم.
Do not fear by those pictures that you see coming out of Gaza, the pictures of the destruction and the blown up homes, schools, hospitals. Look at and focus with the person, the human beings that used to live in these places before they were destroyed. Look at that destroyed home and think about the family that used to live in it, the mother that used to prepare dinner for her children, that family that used to plan for their future. In that hospital, that destroyed hospital, think about the patients, think about the doctors, think about how many people have been, the human beings have been affected by that destruction. That school that you see now blown up, the students, thousands of students that used to go to the school, hundreds of teachers that taught in that school, all of them are gone now with no future. You need to focus about the people behind these pictures of destruction, the lives of these people.
جميعكم اليوم أنتم شباب الجيل يعني المناسب أن يكون واعيا جدا لما يحدث في غزة، وقادرين على هذه الرسالة أن تحملونها وتنشرونها حول العالم أيضا من خلالكم. غزة الإنسان القوي كيف يتم الصمود والدعم الكامل له لكي يبقى في أرضه. كلكم تعلمون الآن الكل يخطط أو المخطط لغزة هو تهجير أهلها. نريد منكم أن تركزوا على هذه القضية أو هذا المخطط، أنه يجب أهل غزة أن يبقوا في أرضهم وعدم خروجهم مجبرين عن غزة، لأن إذا غزة تم إخراجهم منها فلا وجود لإنسان يدافع عن الأقصى أو يدافع عن قضية فلسطين.
You are a generation that is aware. You are aware of everything that happens around you. You just need to open your eyes more and to understand the gravity of what is going on. You need to focus with the plans, the Israeli plans now for Gaza that are planning to forcibly displace all the people and ethnically cleanse them from their lands. If they remove the people and forcibly cleanse them and evacuate them from the Gaza Strip, it means that there is no one going to be left to defend the land, and we are going to be scattered around the world with no one to defend the Palestinian cause and the Palestinian land or Al-Aqsa Mosque.
نحن في غزة كما تعلمون هذه الحرب هي ليست حرب، هي إبادة تختلف كليا عن الحروب التي سبقت. نحاول جيدا أنا ويمنى من خلال عملنا، أنا ككاميرامان وهي كمراسلة، أن نظهر للعالم الصورة الحقيقية لما يحدث في غزة، ولكن للأسف العالم لا ينظر لغزة بالشكل الذي يكون صحيحا. فلذلك أنتم الذين تستطيعون أن تغيروا روايات كثيرة عن غزة وما يحدث داخل غزة من خلال هذه الصور التي تخرج ومعرفة مصدرها وكيف يتم توثيقها. نريد منكم أنتم كطلاب جامعة أن تكونوا على قدر المسؤولية وأن تكونوا على قدر الاهتمام بما يحدث في غزة.
Sorry. Mahir is saying that we try through our work, me and him, to bring out as much as we can about the realities and reflect the facts of what is happening in Gaza. But unfortunately, how the world is being portraying this genocide, and this is a genocide, it is not a war, it's not like any other war that has taken place in Gaza before. This has begun as a genocide and still is going on as a genocide. He believes that you are the generations, you as students of the universities, that can be aware enough of how to portray, how to understand these pictures and images and material that is coming out of Gaza, to understand the truth and the reality of what is really going on, and not just depend on other mainstream media that is portraying Gaza in a non-true and non-honest way. He also is saying that while you bring out through the documentation of these images and videos that you see, you have to look for their sources, you have to know where they come from, you have to ask other people, Palestinians on the ground, for the true verification of everything that you see. Do not allow others to give you a story or to tell you a story that is untrue and you just believe it.
ليس مطلوب منكم يعني العمل الشاق أو المتعب. كلكم شباب وتستطيعون التغيير. كل ما عليكم هو معرفة كيف أو ماذا يحدث في غزة وفي فلسطين.
You're not required to do a tough job or a complicated job. You're all young people and you are university students. You can and have the ability to know well what is going on around you and to get to the truth, so that you know the reality of what's happening in Gaza and across the occupied Palestinian territories.
كلكم تستطيعون، لا أحد له مبرر أن يقول لا أعلم أو لا أدري. كلكم يعني المفروض مسؤولون. كلكم كمسلمين لازم أن ننظر إلى ما يحدث في فلسطين خصوصا، وقلب الرواية، لأن هناك روايتين، رواية فلسطينية ورواية إسرائيلية، فلازم أن نصدق الرواية الفلسطينية أكثر، وهذا ما لازم أن ينشر للعالم جميعا، وأنتم الوحيدون الذين تستطيعون عمل ذلك من خلال ثقافتكم وخلال وعيكم ما يحدث في هذه القضية أو فلسطين عامة.
You have no excuse to say we did not know or we don't know how to find out. You as young generations and students of universities, you have a duty and a responsibility, not just to look for the truth and to know it, but also to spread it around. There are many narratives. There are two narratives now taking place in the world. The Palestinian narrative that we are trying to spread because it's the truth, and the Israeli narrative, which is the propaganda that has been debunked many times. But it is your role, it is your responsibility and your duty to find out the truth and spread it and debunk the lies.
في الختام يعني نحتاج منكم أيضا أن تكونون السد المنيع لكثير من الروايات في الخارج، البلدان المجاورة لكم، أصدقائكم في الخارج، ومن تستطيعون الوصول إليه، أن تكون روايتكم صادقة كما هي صادقة في غزة وفي فلسطين، وإن شاء الله على يدكم سيكون التغيير. شكرا.
We also need you to be a shield, a strong shield towards any biased narratives, but you can't be that strong shield if you do not have that strong true knowledge. And this should be your weapon. This is how you should weaponize yourself. You should be able to not just make a change among yourselves, but also among the people around you, whether the neighboring countries or your friends in other countries abroad. The Palestinian cause is a cause of all Muslims, and it's a cause of all humanity that needs to be protected. Thank you.
A question for you too. One question? Okay, no. From me. And then I have one, I'll deliver one question from me, and then we'll open the question from the audience. From the audience, okay. We will open for one question only from the audience. Does anyone wants to ask? If no one's going to ask, I'll ask the question. I have a question actually. Go ahead. Sorry.
Assalamualaikum. My name is Hanif, and such an honor to have you guys here. My question is, as we already know that this is a very massive genocide, but you guys remain strong, and this is the most perfect definition of iman, I think. And maybe you can give us advice so we as a young generation have that sort of iman. Thank you.
Thank you so much. A lot of people think that Palestinians are extraordinary human beings or superheroes that can take everything, to the point of where sometimes we even feel that we are not humans anymore. This concept sometimes even makes other people think about us and say, oh, it's fine. If this happened to someone else, it would be huge, but to Palestinians, they can take it, you know? But it's not that way. We're forced to take it. But we do have two strong aspects in our life. First of all, we know that it's our fate. And that's why we have very strong faith that we will continue to resist, and we will continue to be resilient and steadfast till the last breath, because without this resilience that we have, we will lose our lands. And this has always been what our ancestors have told us, our grandparents and parents, and what we tell our children. You can't be weak, not one day. You can't be weak one day. You can't say, I can't take it anymore. Yes, you're tired and you're sick and you can't bear it, but you can't give up, because if you give up, you're not just giving up a feeling, you're giving up your entire land. And the other thing is, you always have to look for a motivation. When I was in Gaza, for example, many times I felt like breaking down. I can't take it anymore. I'm mentally tired. I'm physically tired. I'm drained. I can't go on. I can't go out to the field anymore. I can't wear my press vest anymore. I can't keep on leaving my children at home every single day. And no one is listening. But I thought about it every single time I got to that point. I used to tell myself, who's going to speak out about the suffering? Who's going to speak out about the people's suffering? If I give up and I'm a voice for the voiceless, then I have lost my purpose. I have lost my aim. And this is always has been my motivation whenever I felt weak. So the most important thing is that you believe that your voice can bring even a little bit of justice to an oppressed. You know, when you tell yourself, my voice can be a reason for justice for the oppressed, you will feel great energy inside you to do whatever that you can, whatever you could, to speak, to protest, to talk, to educate. You will do everything that you could to bring that justice to an oppressed around you.
لكي تكون مثابرا لغزة وفلسطين ليس يعني الجهد الكبير. كل ما عليك التحدث باستمرار عن غزة وفلسطين، عن الأقصى، عن الرموز الدينية في غزة وفي فلسطين. كل ما عليك أن تعمل أنشطة باستمرار، لقاءات باستمرار، في أنشطة مدرسية، أنشطة في مجتمعاتكم الخاصة بكم، في النوادي، في الشباب، يعني عمل ورشات لقاء تتحدثون فيها باستمرار عن غزة وما يحدث في غزة. تتحدثون عن رموز الأشخاص المهمين في غزة، الرموز الدينية في غزة من التاريخ، من أيام ما قبل الهجرة وما بعد الهجرة، وكيف بني الأقصى وما حدث له. تتحدثون باستمرار، لا داعي أن تتوقفوا، فدائما الاستمرارية تعطي نتائج أفضل، وهذا بهمتكم وقوتكم. إن شاء الله تكون هناك النتيجة والمثابرة.
Mahir's advice is that you need to continue speaking out. It's not a big or a complicated mission for you to do something for Palestine and for Gaza. You just need to speak out a lot. You need to continue speaking out. You need to be consistent. You need to implement activities, workshops, lectures, talks. You need to educate people in your community, in your society. You need to keep on speaking about the history of Palestine, the history of Gaza. You need to keep the legacy, the culture alive. The legacy and the culture that is trying to be stolen from us. You speak about it, you spread it out. This way you are keeping it alive, and this is the most important thing that we need. We need to continue knowing that, or the other generations would know that it's Palestinian, it's not Israeli, right? So you need to continue speaking about it. You need to be consistent and not give up. Are we going to promise to speak more? Are we going to promise? Speak more? The promise only came from the ladies.
What about the boys?
Okay. Do you promise to not stay silent? No, promise me right now that you will share the message of Gaza, of Palestine, and don't stop. Right? Do you all promise me? Do you all promise me?
Just say something? Or do you want to tell them first then for India? We will tell them.
Before we share something, like, do you have any sentence first?
هذه يعني بقدر تمام. طيب احنا في نهاية حديثنا في يعني هي شبه وصية لكم، يعني نتمنى منكم أول شيء الدعاء دائما لفلسطين وغزة، أنه ربنا يخلص هذه الإبادة على خير لمن تبقى في فلسطين. كلكم علمون به ونحن نعلم جيدا كثير من المؤسسات الحمد لله موجودة في أرض فلسطين، تبني المستشفيات وتبني المنازل والطعام لبعض من الناس، ولكن أنتم كشباب المطلوب منكم الآن أن تعتمدوا على أنفسكم وأن تتوكلوا على الله، لأنه ما التوفيق إلا من رب العالمين. غير ذلك لا نريد منكم إلا كل خير. شكرا لكم.
We would like to end by saying, and I second Maher's statements, that we, of course, the most thing that we can ask you to do is to continue praying for the people of Palestine and for the people of Gaza, especially because, yes, we do pray. It's the easiest thing that we can do, but it's also, we know that it's the strongest thing in our hands that we can do as well. So we need you to continue praying for the people there so that Allah can ease their pain and their suffering and to end this genocide as soon as possible, to end it instantly, once and for all. And Maher was also saying that during your free time, when you follow what is happening in Gaza, follow with the aim to educate yourself, with the aim to make a change, not just for the aim of watching, not just for the aim of entertainment. It might be painful, heart-aching, but still more, always remember this is the reality that is happening. And for me, Youmna, I always say, I know that when you scroll your phone and you see a video from Gaza and your heart aches and your eyes tear, you scroll over and that's it. You see something else and that pain ends. It ends there. But for the person that you are watching, their pain goes on. And your screens don't reflect 10% of the reality of what the people live. So always remember this, and inshallah, till we see you again, we wish you all the best.
Palestine will be free. Palestine.
Jazakallah khair. It's been an honor, Sister Youmna and Brother Nahir. We end it from here. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Yuk, sesi foto, cepet. Yuk, para mujahadah. You can sit down. Sorry. Yeah.
You just sit down and then okay, behind this. Okay. Sit down and then
Move. Come on. Do that. Ayo, cepet. Jangan lama. Cepet. Masya Allah. Cepet, ayo, cepet. You sit here. Guys, I'm in front. Oh no, I'm not deserving to sit here. No. Sit here. Sorry. Mr. Horrell, you might want to join us instead of taking a picture. You join us.
Join us. No, join us. No problem at all. Join us, please.
Oke.
Kasih ababa.
Kasih ababa. 1, 2, 3, cheese.
Oke, update terbaru yang ada di Gaza, alhamdulillah Rafah dan Karim Shalom bisa dibuka. Jadi sejauh ini WHO dan juga UNRWA itu sudah berhasil memasukkan 90 sekian truk. Jadi insya Allah dari sisi walaupun belum 10% dari kebutuhan, insya Allah sudah mulai masuk. Oke, itu kalau dari sisi sipil. Kalau dari sisi pejuang, bisa dikatakan proses negosiasi gencatan senjata itu ongoing di Qatar saat ini, dan pejuang yang mendiktekan klausul gencatan senjata. Jadi artinya tidak ada yang dalam, walaupun kemudian kita lihat di media massa mengesankan Netanyahu itu punya tangan di atas, sejatinya tidak. Karena kalau kita lihat perkembangan politik, Inggris, Prancis, Kanada, tiga-tiganya sudah mengatakan enough is enough. Cukup. Bahwasanya Inggris mengatakan mereka akan memberikan sanksi kepada illegal settler yang ada di tepi barat, yang banyak melakukan saat ini. Bapak-bapak dan ibu-ibu harus tahu bahwasanya Etnis cleansing juga terjadi di tepi barat. Jadi kemudian perebutan tanah, pengusiran orang itu juga sedang terjadi di tepi barat, dan Inggris memberikan sanksi kepada pelakunya. Nah ini sesuatu yang luar biasa, karena sebelumnya dibiarin aja. Juga Inggris mengatakan kami akan menghentikan dagang free trade, perdagangan dengan Israel sebelum Israel mengubah apa yang mereka lakukan saat ini di Gaza. Jadi artinya ada 3 negara yang selama ini menjadi soft cushion, menjadi pembela dari Israel di level internasional, dan 3-tiganya kecuali Amerika tentunya itu sudah mengatakan hentikan. Kalimat dari Bapak Lamy ini yang Menteri Luar Negerinya Inggris itu sangat keras, sangat keras. Sesuatu yang dulu pernah dia lakukan, dia menyebut dengan bahasa yang keras, tapi dia backtrack. Jadi dia ubah, dia cabut pernyataannya itu karena tekanan dari Israel. Nah ini yang secara internasional ada shifting yang benar-benar membuat kita itu, wah ini internationally ada perubahan sikap yang luar biasa. Dan media massa yang selama ini pro Israel, bahasanya udah mulai berubah. Ada yang tahu Piers Morgan nggak? Berubah kan? I agree with you, I accept, I cannot deny, I'm not going to deny it. Saya tidak akan menolak lagi. Saya menerima bahwasanya genosida terjadi. Bagi seorang yang sangat Zionis seperti Piers Morgan mengatakan hal itu di forum yang menjadi milik dia, karena itu media dia, ini luar biasa. Nah, teman-teman semua, dengan demikian apa yang disampaikan oleh Bu Youmna itu harus kita pegang. Jangan berhenti bicara. Ada satu yang beliau sampaikan, posisi negara sebenarnya sangat terlihat dari seperti apa rakyatnya dalam membela Palestina. Negara dan medianya, beliau mengatakan media sih. Kalau medianya berbohong, menyimpan, menutupi kejahatan Israel, maka masyarakatnya akan begitu-begitu aja dalam membela. Kayak kita nih sekarang nih, datang ke sini kan cuma segini doang kan ya. Kalau kita demo ya pasti segitu-segitu aja gitu, anak-anak masjid doang begitu ya. Lihat yang ada di London yang bisa mendatangkan 600.000. Bandung yang terbanyak sejauh ini ya, 20 April itu Bandung yang paling banyak, 40 ribuan. Jakarta kemarin cuma dihitungnya 3.000 5.000 aja. Lihat, ini yang kemudian jadi catatan kita. Kita adalah muslim yang terbanyak. Kalau kita memang dalam diri kita ingin berbuat, ingin memastikan bahwasanya genosida ini berhenti, kita disuruh apa tadi? Terus ngomong kan? Terus berbuat, walaupun hanya sendiri di Jalan Braga, terus bergerak. Oke? Ada yang mau nanya nggak? Sipil udah, masalah pejuang udah, masalah politik internasional udah. Ada yang mau ditanyakan sebelum saya pulang? Karena kalau online ya, nah, kalau ditutup online-nya saya bisa bicara lebih detail. Seperti biasa. Cukup? Cukup ya? Alhamdulillah, salam dari beliau semua. Satu kalimat dari para sahabat, mereka merasakan rasa cinta yang genuine dari para pejuang Palestina di Indonesia. Walaupun kesininya akan ada kalimat it's you, your group, walaupun kemudian kami masih menunggu Muslim Indonesia yang lebih banyak lagi untuk terlibat. Tapi yang sudah terlibat, yang sudah berada dalam kerja kepalestinaan, kata mereka, we feel that you genuinely care about Palestine. Jadi bukan karena hype lagi seru, lagi hit bicara Palestina, tapi benar-benar karena memang merasa menjadi bagian dari perjuangan pembebasan negara dari penjajahan. Seperti itu barangkali. Mohon maaf lahir dan batin. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
kita tutup ya sama doa. Silakan Hilmi.
Tep. Sebelum kita berdoa, mari kita istighfar terlebih dahulu sebanyak 3 kali. Astaghfirullahaladzim, astaghfirullahaladzim, astaghfirullahaladzim. A'udzu billahi minasyaitonir rajim. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Allahumma inna nas'aluka bi anna nashhadu annaka antallahu la ilaha illa anta al-ahadus samad alladzi lam yalid wa lam yulad wa lam yakul lahu kufuwan ahad. اللهم أصلح لنا ديننا الذي هو عصمة أمرنا وأصلح لنا دنيانا التي فيها معاشنا وأصلح لنا آخرتنا التي إليها معادنا واجعل الحياة زيادة لنا في كل خير واجعل الموت رحمة لنا من كل شر. اللهم انصر إخواننا المسلمين اللهم انصر إخواننا المسلمين المجاهدين المستضعفين في غزة وفي ضفة غربية في فلسطين. اللهم ثبت أقدامهم اللهم ثبت أقدامهم اللهم تقبل منهم الشهداء. اللهم احفظ المسجد الأقصى من اليهود الحاقدين. اللهم أعد المسجد الأقصى إلى رحاب المسلمين. اللهم طهر المسجد الأقصى من اليهود الغاصبين واجعل المسجد الأقصى شامخا عزيزا إلى يوم الدين. يا قوي يا متين يا قوي يا متين. ربنا أفرغ علينا صبرا وثبت أقدامنا وانصرنا على القوم الكافرين. اللهم استعملنا ولا تستبدلنا اللهم استعملنا ولا تستبدلنا اللهم استعملنا ولا تستبدلنا. ربنا أفرغ علينا صبرا وثبت أقدامنا وانصرنا على القوم الكافرين والحمد لله رب العالمين.
Amin Allahumma amin. Segitu aja acaranya ya. Aku harap pesan-pesan yang ada didapatkan di acara sekarang gak hilang ya setelah kita pulang. Biasanya kan sekarang kebawa secara emosional, pulang-pulang hilang gitu. Tetap di refresh, tetap belajar lagi seperti kata sister tadi ya. Kita orang-orang akademisi lawan dengan ilmu gitu. Aku undur diri. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.